Hey, welcome everybody. You're joining game number 94. It's our New York Mets 1979 replay. We've lost 12 games in a row. Will we lose number 13? Well, we don't know. It's the bottom of the sixth inning. Kevin Coble is on the mound for the Mets. He was 6-8 with a 3.51 ERA in 27 starts. And he's going to be facing Jack Clark, Mike Ivy, and Darrell Evans, the heart or the meat of the order. 3, 4, and 5 hitters here in the bottom of the sixth. Now, both pitchers will become fatigue pitchers in the seventh inning. So then we have decisions to make, but we perhaps will be using a fatigue card for a little bit. And we're using Payoff Pitch, and you're looking at iScore, and that's how I keep score, and we're ready to roll. Here's Kevin Coble. Jack Clark steps in the box. And that's a 3. A 3 is a tough 18 off a lefty. It's going to be a strikeout. So Clark goes down swinging strike. Mike Ivy, he's a right-handed batter. Batted .336 versus lefties, and that's a 7. Tough. A tough 0-3, and that's a strikeout. So 2 consecutive back-to-back strikeouts. That's what consecutive means for Kevin Coble, the left-hander, here in the bottom of the sixth inning. The Mets are up by a score of 4-3. Yes, hard to believe. Now that's a 0-0. That's where we have to look at the chart. The one instance where I do look at a chart, and I'm going to have to roll my APA dice, 32. And we're going to go here. It says catcher hit by foul ball. Check for injury. This is our second catcher. I used the actual lineups, and I already had a catcher ejected, so I'm going to allow him to stay in there, even though he does have an injury. And in the 70s, they played with injuries, unlike today, where everything is an immediate CAT scan or MRI, something that costs you and me a fortune. Darrell Evans, left-handed batter. There's 2 outs. Kevin Coble. And that's a 4. Patient 37. A patient 37. And that's going to be a line drive base hit to right. And Youngblood plays that on a hop and gets it in quickly. So the tying run is on at first base. Let's take a look if he's a run. He's not really, doesn't really run, but why not try? And that's a 5, so he does not go. Larry Herndon. Larry Herndon is 1 for 2, grounded out and singled. That's an 8. In play 93. It's going to be outrange. That's going to be lifted to left, shallow left. In comes Henderson and makes the catch, and that retires the side. Using Payoff Pitch, it's practically chartless. Use the cards here on my upper left-hand corner. Fast action cards. John Montefusco is now in the 7th inning. He becomes a fatigue pitcher. So he has a 394 and a 5.0. So we're going to look for a fatigue pitcher, and 4 or more. That's not him. 0. There it is. Fatigue pitcher card, John Montefusco. It doesn't really mean too much. I mean, he could do great with a fatigue pitcher card, or he could not do poorly, just like his own card. 9 in play 96. And that's a fly ball left field. Larry Herndon is out there. Moves a few steps to his right. Makes the catch. Richie Hebner next. He's 1 for 1 single and walked twice. That's in play 31. In play 31 versus a righty is going to be an out. Popped up left side. Darrell Evans in foul ground makes the catch by the stands. And it's Willie Montanez. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Mets are up by a score of 4-3. 4 in play 79. In play 79, and that's going to be a fly ball. Deep center field. Back goes north to the track and makes the catch. Oh, it's got a good jump on that ball. The track ran it down. And it's Kevin Coble now. Even Coble now is going to be a fatigue pitcher because he's allowed. Once you allow 3 or more runs, you become a fatigue pitcher. And Coble has the same card, so both pitchers have the same type of fatigue card, 0 to 6 or more. 6 or more. Let's see, fatigue pitcher card. 0 to 9 and 6 or more. Fatigue pitcher 0 to and 0. Okay, here it is. So here's Johnny LeMaster steps into the box. He's a right-handed hitter. He's the shortstop for the Giants. It's a 2-game set in Candlestick Park. Here's the pitch from Coble. That's a 9 in play, an in play 95. And that's a fly to left. Stevie Henderson squeezes it, 1 away. Mark Hill, throw that in there. And that's a 9 again, in play 53, in play 53. And that's a fly to right this time. Right there is Youngblood. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter. We're going to quickly look at the game that was played. And let's see, it's 1979. So we're pulling up the Almanac, 1979 Almanac, and we're going to look at the game that was played. This is game 94, I believe, and I'll double check that. Yes, it is game 94. Click on that. In actuality, the Mets won 6-5. They lead it 4-3 in this one. And pinch hitters came in. Even Vita Blue pinch hit in this game. Little John played. McCovey, okay. Well, he's a lefty. We're going to hold him for a righty pitcher. It's going to be Sadek and Whitfield. Terry Whitfield's going to pinch hit. Let's look for Whitfield. Now, Whitfield, I know him to be a Yankee. I believe he was a Yankee earlier on in the 70s. So look at this plethora of cards you get from Payoff Pitch. Gorgeous cards. And Terry Whitfield. He's going to pinch hit, and this is how you do a pinch hit real quick. You hit on Montefusco, who is the batter at this point. You look for Whitfield, highlight him, and ask me, will he be a defensive sub? No, he's not going to become the pitcher. And then you save, and you're ready to roll. Terry Whitfield against Kevin Coble. There's 2 outs. And it's a wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 36 versus a lefty. Wheelhouse 36 is going to be outside of hit range, and that's going to be a pop-up. Oh, wait, Terry Whitfield's a lefty. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wouldn't have gone with Terry Whitfield as a lefty here. Let's see who else batted. Andrews. Let's do Andrews. I'm going to do Andrews, who is a righty. So my mistake. Let's back up, pretend that didn't happen. And how do you do that? Well, it's simple. Just undo, and let's do Andrews. Don't want to cheat the Giants to win, right? Don't want to do that. So we're going to use the same roll. 7. 7's a wheelhouse, and it's a 36 versus a lefty, and that's a base hit single. Pinch hit single by Rob Andrews, and Andrews may run. We'll see what happens if he gets a lead, and he does not. And now, who's up? It's Billy North. 2 outs, run around first, the tying run, and Bill North, who is 0 for 3, grounded out twice and struck out. The pitch from Coble, that's a 10. A patient 0-4. It's going to be a base on balls. So that's going to be all. Now, who pitched in this game for the Mets? It was Ed Glynn. Let's see if it's a righty coming in. So we're going to bring in Allen. Neil Allen is going to come in for the Mets and see if he can get. So it's Neil Allen coming in. How do you do that? You click on Coble. You look for Allen. Where is he? There he is. Include offensive sub. Yes. There you go. Okay, it's Joe Strain. Runners on first and second. Now this is where Joe Strain is our second baseman, so we're going to pull a double switch, and I'll show you how to do that. We're going to pinch hit McCovey in this situation against Neil Allen. I like this situation right here. Let's bring in McCovey in a big spot with the go-ahead run is on at first base, and McCovey is going to step into the plate. Now here you go. We're going to pull a double switch in a minute. Andrews, who's at second base, he came in to pinch hit. So McCovey, include defensive sub, no. And here goes. It's Willie McCovey with 2 outs. Bill North is the go-ahead run at first, and Rob Andrews takes his lead off second. Here's the pitch from Neil Allen, and that's a 5 in play, and in play 78 is going to be a fly ball, shallow center. Elliot Maddox coming in, and he's there, retires the side. So let me show you how do you do that. Right now, we have to replace Rob Andrews. We're going to replace Joe Strain at second base with Rob Andrews. So we clicked on, we went to, basically, let me go back. This is the regular field. There's positions missing, and you can see those there. There's a pitcher missing, and there's a second baseman missing. So we're going to click on Joe Strain. He's going to be replaced by Rob Andrews. So we're going to look for Andrews. Andrews is going to play second. There you go. Save. So he's on his second. Now Andrews is already in that spot where he pinch hit, so he's good in the 9th spot. Now we got to replace Willie McCovey. We're going to click on, and we need a new pitcher as well, because we pinch hit for the pitcher, and it was Gary Lavelle who came in and pitched in this game. So we're going to bring in Gary Lavelle. Gary Lavelle, lefty, actually pitched 4 innings. So Gary Lavelle is going to come in, so we're going to replace Montefusco with Lavelle. There he is. So we click, and we replaced, now we only replaced Lavelle into the defensive spot. Now we have to click on him again to put him in the offensive spot. Sometimes it gives you that opportunity when you replace the defender. In this case, it did not do that. I don't know why. So now this is the key right here. You see where I switch up here from defense? Like, if they're on defense, it's going to automatically go to defense. So I have to click it to offense because he's already in defensively as the pitcher. So now I'm going to put him into that second spot, and it shows me McCovey's there. Do I want McCovey there? No, I want Gary Lavelle there. So I'm going to look for Lavelle. Where is Gary? There he is. So I'm going to click on Lavelle, save, and now I can double check my work up here. Lavelle is batting second. Andrews is batting 9th. So that's one of the toughest things to do. There's a lot of steps there, and it's a little bit complicated, but you can play what I just did back slowly and replay it, and you'll get it. Okay. It took me a while to figure that out and to be able to kind of do it and be at least confident that I could do it. So Joe Strain is out. The next batter in the bottom of the 8th is going to be Clark for the Giants. Gary Lavelle is going to face Alex Trevino. Oops. All right. Alex Trevino up. And here's the pitch from Gary Lavelle. 5, patient 55 against a lefty, and that's going to be a single. Trevino gets one through into left field. In play. Oop, I hit double. Cancel that out. Let's try it again. In play, single. So Trevino's on at first. Now we're going to see if he runs. And he doesn't. So Elliot Maddox now. Elliot Maddox is the 7th place batter. He's a B bunter. Should I bunt Trevino to second? Now Trevino's a pretty good base runner. He's a 7. So we're going to do that. And it's easy to bunt with the cards. You just pull it. You look at the sacrifice bunt. B, sacrifice, and it's a 5-3 sacrifice bunt. So you do out, you do sacrifice bunt, 5-3. The runner advances, yes. And Trevino's on at second with 1 out. And now, that's a successful sacrifice by Elliot Maddox. Now it's Doug Flynn. Doug Flynn has a big opportunity here. And that's a 7, tough. A tough 78. Tough 78 against a lefty is going to be an out range. That's going to be a fly ball to center. And staying put is Trevino at second. Now it's the pitcher, Neil Allen. And we're going to be forced to pinch hit for him. Forced to pinch hit for Neil Allen. And who pinch hit in this game for the Mets? Eddie Kranepool, one of my favorite players. He's a long-time Met. Eddie Kranepool's going to come in and pitch hit. Pinch hit for Allen. There he is. Save. Ready to go. Here's Eddie Kranepool with 2 outs. Insurance run at second base. A huge run at second base. Here's the pitch from Gary Lavelle. Alex Trevino takes his lead off second. 7. It's tough. A tough 37. Tough 37 against a lefty is a strikeout. Kranepool goes down swinging. And that retires the side. It's going to be the bottom of the 8th. Jack Clark is going to face Murray. Murray pitched in this game as well. Dale Murray, there he is. Let's see, there we go. Okay, there. And we got to put him into Kranepool's spot. Offense, 9 spot. Murray, where is he? There he is. He's in Kranepool's spot now, and you can see him right there. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Jack Clark. It's 4-3 Mets in the bottom of the 8th. That's a 6. A patient 39. Patient 39 is going to be a double. So Clark lines one into the gap, and that's 1 hop to the wall. And Clark around first. Here comes the throw, and he is safe under the tag with a leadoff double. Trouble for the Mets, who are trying to break a 12-game losing streak. Mike Ivy. And the Mets are going to walk Mike Ivy. Actually, that would be putting the go-ahead run on, and we don't want to do that at this point. So let's hope Dale Murray can get out of this trouble. Ballpark. Not the way to do it. 27 ballpark. That's going to be in wheelhouse. So now Ivy is almost a 50% chance of hitting a home run, and the Mets would suddenly be down here in the bottom of the 8th. And that's a deep drive to left field, and back goes Henderson to the track, to the wall, looks up. It's out of here. 5-4. The Giants have taken the lead. First 2 batters, a double and a home run. 0-5. 0-5 is definitely without a doubter. It was 1-48. Mike Ivy. Wow. Okay, it's tough. We're going for our 13th in a row if we don't come back in this game. Still nobody out. It's Darrell Evans now. A pitch from Murray. That's a 6. Patient 54. Patient 54, and that's a base on balls. So 3 batters, and they've all reached. Larry Herndon. Herndon's going to bunt. Oh, no, he's an F bunter. He's not going to bunt. Here's the pitch. 11 defense. A 70. And that's so. If it's an error, it could be an error. And it's a range play. So it's going to be an out to center field. What kind of an out? To center field. It's a deep fly. This could give potentially Darrell Evans the opportunity to move to second base. But he is not going to do that. He's a 5 runner. So what did I say? A deep fly to I believe it was center field. That's 1 out now, and it's Johnny LeMaster. The pitch from Murray, 8, and that's in play. And in play 30 is going to be a wild pitch. And going to second is Darrell Evans. Spike the fastball. LeMaster's still up. Here's the pitch. It's a 7, tough. A tough 99, and that's going to be popped up. Richie Hebner calling for it, and he makes the catch. Holding at second is Darrell Evans. 2 outs now. The Giants are up on a 2-run home run by, I believe, Mike Ivy. Or was it Darrell Evans? Let's see. You can check that here. Yeah, it was Mike Ivy, 2-run shot. That's a 10. A patient 75. Patient 75. That's a fly ball lifted to center. That's going to be out number 3. Maddox waits for it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. So last licks for the Mets. They're down by 1 run, 5-4. And it's who's their closer? Well, Gary Lavelle's going to close this out. Youngblood. boy. All right, that's a 4 ballpark. A ballpark 83 is going to be in play. So Youngblood in play 0-7 against a lefty. That's going to be a ball that's lined into the gap, and that's going to roll to the wall. Hustling around first, going into second base with a stand-up double is Joel Youngblood. A leadoff double here for the Mets puts the tying run at second base. Frankie Taveras now. Frankie Taveras will not bunt. He's a deep bunter. Not going to risk that. 7. That's tough. A tough 50. Tough 50 versus a lefty, and that's going to be a single. And runner on second advances one base and question mark. Whoa. Single to left. Let's look at Herndon's arm. We'll have a play at the plate perhaps here. But there is nobody out, so you have to take that. Herndon's arm is from left field is a 6. And I know that Youngblood is a 7, so you know what? Nobody out, so we're going to hold out. With one out, I try it. So it's a single, and Youngblood is stopped at third. First and third now. And it's Stevie Henderson. Now, Stevie Henderson batted .395 versus lefties. You wouldn't know that during the season, so of course. So Gary Lavelle's in there. Here's the pitch. Infield has to be in for the Giants at this point. They want to prevent that tying run from coming in. That's a Snake Guy's wheelhouse. Oh boy. Wheelhouse 0-7 against a lefty. That's a deep drive to left field. Back goes Henderson to Herndon, to the track, to the wall. Looks up. It's out of here. The Mets take a 7-5 lead with a 3-run shot by Steve Henderson. My goodness gracious. You have to believe in miracles. This may be the end, perhaps. Let's not count our eggs before they're hatched, but it may be the end to the 12-game losing streak. It's Richie Hebner now against Gary Lavelle. Now, Gary Lavelle becomes a fatigued pitcher at this point. And you know what? We're going to bring in we already rolled, but we haven't looked at it, so we're going to bring in Bourbon. He actually pitched in this game as well. And we're going to just bring in Bourbon. I don't know if I've wrote him in, and if I haven't, I have the chance to write him in so everybody can watch how you do that. So I don't have him in my roster. As I go and play games, I add players. I have not had a chance to play with Bourbon. So what I do is I go to add sub. Add sub, you put in his name, Pedro. Oh. Yeah. In a few minutes. So you added him. Now you got to find him at the bottom. You highlight him, include offensive subs, sure, and you save him. So Pedro Bourbon is in there. It's 7-5 Mets on that 3-run homer by Stevie Henderson. Top of the 9th inning. And it's Richie Hebner. We rolled already. That's a 7, tough. A tough 70 versus a righty. That's a ground ball to short. Johnny LeMaster scoops it, throws on the run, and gets Hebner. Montanez is 0 for 4. That's a 7. That's tough. A tough 72. And that's lined and caught by the shortstop, LeMaster. Oh, made an error there. Out. Line drive 6. And now it's Alex Trevino. Alex Trevino replaced the ejected John Stearns. 9. Tough, a tough 56. Tough 56 is in the out range. That's going to be a fly ball to right field. Jack Clark is there. And he makes the catch. That retires the side, but not before the Mets come up with 3 huge runs. And it's going to be Dale Murray. Let's see if he can close it out here in the bottom of the 9th in San Francisco, breaking the Mets' 12-game losing streak. All right, Rob Andrews, he's 1 for 1. He pinch hit single in the 8th inning, I believe it was. Oh, that's a 3. Patient 92, a patient 92. And that's a fly ball to left field. Stevie Henderson is there, makes a nice catch. And it's Billy North. That's 8. 8 is in play. A 51 in play. 50 excuse me, is a ground ball pulled down the line to third. Richie Hebner up with it, fires to first, and gets North, who's a speedster, and just barely got him at first base. And now it's going to be Pedro Borbon, and he's going to be pinch hit for. And it's going to be Terry Whitfield. So Whitfield's coming in. There he is. Save Whitfield, the batter, with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Murray. That's an 11. That's defense. A defense 71. There's a potential there for an error, not for a range hit. And this is an error shortstop. Let's take a look at Tavares' number there. He's a 3, error 3. And that only goes up to 49. We rolled a 71, so that's a ball that, ground ball that Frank Tavares handles, and he fires to first, and that retires the side. Game over. The Mets have broken the 12-game losing streak. And they win one here. They score 7 runs, 3 in the top of the 9th off a Steve Henderson 3-run home run after they were down 5-4. And they win it by a score of 7-5. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 8 left on base for the Mets. The Giants, 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on base. We're going to exit out. We're going to put in the winning and losing pitchers. Winning pitcher is going to be Dale Murray. Losing pitcher, it will be Gary Lavelle. And that's all she wrote for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm going to sign off. Headed to meet my daughter for dinner, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, guys.